Hello everyone and welcome to a new reading. We are starting off the next batch of individual readings, and to begin them we're going to start with Bangchan because he is the leader that I have already done like a long time ago, so I thought it was best to start with him. Right, I was already going to jump in. In this reading, we are going to check 4 different sections for those of you that do not know, which will be his current energy, his career, his love life, and then at the end, any healing messages that come through. And the individual reading is I try to make it as current as possible, so even though I don't really know him, let's see what his energy has to say. I would love to hear in the comments what you guys have to say about this. Let's see. What is Bangchan's current energy? 9 of Cups. Good. 4 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. Decent. That's pretty good, I guess. Look at that gaming. I was gonna mention that one of the videos I saw about Bangchan was when he was complaining about wanting to get his League of Legends account back, and then you hear the ad spots in the background telling me I'm gonna turn it off in 5 minutes. So maybe he's playing video games right now. I do not know. So the first card that came out was the 9 of Cups. So currently his energy is still pretty satisfied. He's emotionally content, pretty happy, again satisfied and fulfilled. With the 9 of Cups, we're talking about someone that feels like a dream has come true. And funnily enough, I kind of do know the story of this card. This is the card of, I'll do my best, I don't remember the names, but there's this girl, there's a princess, and there's this guy that saw her, was like, oh, I would marry her, but she didn't really like guys, she didn't really want to be involved with all of that marriage stuff, so he pretends to be a woman and then gets to her, they fall in love, and then happily ever after. So a dream come true. With this, I feel that right now he feels pretty closed off, doesn't really want to hang out with other people, doesn't really want to get out of whatever goal or whatever dream he has himself working towards. I think he may have reached a milestone of sorts and he feels very happy about it, and he wants to focus on that goal that he has right now, because with this 9 of Cups he's getting very close to that 10 of Cups, which is the next card. And the 10 of Cups talks about a dream come true, a happily ever after, and it's the closure of something right now. He's working on something that brings him a lot of emotional stability and fulfillment, and it brings him a lot of happiness as well. So this is something that it may not be related to his work, even though I do feel that it could, but it definitely is something that he's very emotionally attached to, and he puts a lot of weight into it. And because of that, he's focusing a lot into this, whatever he's working on, because he feels like he's either already living this dream or he's very close to achieving it. And because of that, he's just trying to make sure that all distractions are out of the way and he's not being bothered by anyone or anything, and is just laser focused on this goal. And this 9 of Cups tells me that he feels pretty happy and pretty satisfied, even if he may be pushing some people out of the way and stuff. Now, one of the reasons why I'm saying that he's very, very focused on what he's working on is because of this 4 of Cups reversed. So usually the 4 of Cups upright talks about someone that may be bored, someone that is not satisfied, or someone that is distracted, because right now there's something that they're journeying for, there's something that they want. So this 4 of Cups energy talks about someone that is not seeing what life has to offer to them. And in his case, with this card being reversed for Bangchan, this card means that he is very focused and he is aware of all the opportunities that life wants to give him. He can feel in his heart that he's in the right path. And when I said that, it was 444 on the camera. He feels that he is in the right place in the right time. He feels like he has met the right people. He feels like he's in the right emotional and in the right mindset to make his dream come true. So he feels at the peak of whatever his goal is, and because of that, he's very focused and very concentrated on what he's doing, and he does not want to be distracted by anyone or anything. And that also includes the way that he thinks about things, the way that he views them. Like, he doesn't even want to distract himself, and by doing so, he's trying not to be influenced by external issues or external environments and people. So he's doing his best to stay as pure to his energy and his intentions as possible. Now, the last card that we have for him is the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords talks about nightmares, talks about stress. It talks about someone that wakes up from their sleep surrounded by darkness, and it's usually because this person has done a lot of overthinking, he's very worried or very afraid about something. And with him, it seems pretty obvious. On one side, we have the Nine of Cups, and on the other side, we have the Nine of Swords. What does this mean? It means that currently he feels very good, generally, because he can see his goal about to come true. But the thing that stresses him out is that voice on the back of his head that says, what if, right? What if I'm not good enough? What if it doesn't happen? What if I'm imagining this, right? What if I lose my opportunity? What if I lose this chance? What if I get tainted and influenced by other energies and then I don't have the energy or the focus to move towards my goal? Those are the things that are kind of bringing him a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of worries. And that could be something that he's overthinking, right? Is this too good to be true? Is this actually going to happen? Can I really trust this feeling that things will work out? So with this Nine of Swords, it definitely feels that he's trying very hard to stay focused, and he's working with his emotions to make sure that he doesn't put himself off balance. But of course, he's still very worried because this is something that really, really matters to him. So of course, it is natural that he will have a healthy sense of skepticism, whether his dream will come true or not, or if he's doing a good job towards achieving his goals. Like, I think it's a healthy amount in the sense that, he shouldn't take it for granted, and that's why he's worried, right? It matters to him. He cares about it. He's putting the work in it, so he shouldn't be too worried about it, but I think it's pretty normal that he is, though. Now let's go on to the next section of his reading, which is his career. So let's figure out what is going on with Bangchan's career. Oh, that was pretty quick. We have the Moon. Right now he's very connected with his emotions because we have the Moon and all the cups earlier. And the other card that we have right here is the Angel of Death. The first thing I heard when I said the Angel of Death was an ego death. So he's going through a transformation. He's not literally dying here. It's figuratively. A part of him is going away. Or he has outgrown his shell and he's getting rid of something within him to be able to grow again. So with the Moon and the Angel of Death, it kind of shows that right now in his career, he has learned something, and that is how to bring his emotions into his work and work with them. How to, in a way, materialize his emotions in a way that can be useful within his career, or he has managed a way to do his work in such a way that it connects to his heart and he's able to actually fulfill himself emotionally through his job, through his work, and through his career. With the Angel of Death, we have a book right here and a lot of hands. So I feel that he has been very busy doing a bunch of things at once, and he has gathered a lot of knowledge, he has done some networking as well, because with the book, I don't know why I saw a phone book. So he has a lot of numbers, a lot of contacts, a lot of people that he can reach out to if necessary through his work. And the Angel of Death tells me that a couple of things are going to happen with this emotional evolution that he's going through. Again, I feel that there's an ego death, so I'm not really sure what that will mean for him or how that will look like for him. I think I'll take the tarot right now. I usually just interpret the oracle and then I take the tarot, but with him I'm going to take it out to ask about this ego death. Okay. So the first card that came out was the Three of Swords reverse, and then it was the Lovers with the 10 of Wands reverse on the bottom. It feels like he had a breakup that affected his career, and he could have been dating someone within the industry, or he met this person through his work, since we're talking about his career right now. So we have the Lovers reversed, the Ten of Wands reversed, and the Three of Swords reversed. Having the Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands reversed is actually a very good sign. And having the Lovers reversed is not necessarily a good sign, but it's not bad either in this case. So seems like the ego death that Bangchan had came through a breakup. He had with a Three of Swords upright, we talk about heartache, we talk about a heartbreak, and it feels like he is healing that side of him. He's overcoming that, because this Three of Swords reverse tells me that he's going out of that energy right now. Because upright, we're talking about someone that just had the heartache, is going through the struggle bus, is having difficulties overcoming something that, even though we're talking about swords, it still affects the heart, the emotions, and all of those feelings, right? But with it in reverse, I do feel that in Bangchan's case, he gave his all to someone, and that relationship didn't work out. And I think, however that breakup happened, it was a stepping stone to his transformation, to be able to transform into this new person, being able to realize that he was giving too much of himself away and he was not getting enough in return. So one of the things that he probably learned was to have healthy relationships of equal give and take. Also, I do feel that he may have learned that his desire to give without asking anything in return could reach an unhealthy point where he is giving all of himself and then he reaches a point that he has nothing else to give, not even to himself. So I think he learned about boundaries a bit. And also he learned that there is nothing wrong with not always being support to other people or not always being there to help other people. He learned to prioritize himself, basically. Now, I do remember the story for the Three of Swords. I guess the fairy tale for it. So, yeah, he's a very self-sacrificing person. And the moment this relationship ended, he got rid of whatever burdens the relationship was giving to him. But I also feel that despite of what this person, the way that this person treated him or was to him, doesn't really matter, and I don't really care. What matters is the lesson that he learned from this relationship, which is this person was just mirroring, or this person was teaching him in a way a lesson, consciously or not, doesn't matter. He learned a lesson, basically. Prioritize himself, not give all of himself away, set healthy boundaries. But he's still healing through this, though. I do feel that his ego death is not necessarily him being prideful, greed, workaholic. That's not his ego death. His ego death was feeling like he needed to give all of himself to be loved, which I don't really understand why this is coming up in his career, but whatever happened in that relationship, the fact that it ended, he went through his heartbreak, he healed through it, he got rid of whatever burdens and whatever lessons that he had to learn from it, he has already learned them, or he's reaching the closing stage of those lessons. And with the Lovers reverse, he has done some shadow work, and he has the ability to finally learn what his true beliefs are. Get away from the traditional beliefs, get away from the conventional beliefs of what things should be like, how things should work. And he's slowly entering this new realm of possibilities. At the end of his relationship and in this breakup, it caused him to feel like there was no love, made him feel like there were no opportunities out there for him, but slowly he was able to learn how to let go of burdens, and he was also able to start seeing the opportunities that he can make for himself. And it's kind of like with everything that he lost, he has gained a lot. Now, I just realized that maybe he has not gone through this yet. But if he has, then that's what he's currently just healing from that and learning from that. And that was the ego death that he had. He had to do some shadow work to be able to heal that. The thing is that the breakup is what triggered him. What triggered his shadow work, I guess. But anyway, the reason why this is important is because now he's becoming this newfound person in his career. And it seems like his career and his love life are really tied together. Like, if his love life does well, his career will do well. And if his career does well, so will his love life. not necessarily because they're directly connected, but it seems like Bangchan really puts a lot of weight. A lot of his emotions carry a big weight in his career. He can't really put his heart out of his career, if that makes sense. Like his emotions do influence very greatly how he works, how he thinks about his career, and all of those things. It matters a lot, and it's important for him, basically. Now, I want to say that we have Gemini energy right here, so he is learning more, gathering more information, which is kind of what this book right here was making me think as well. That I feel like he is learning he's gathering information to learn how to communicate properly to himself. He learned a lot about himself through this hardship, and that's making it easier for him to work with his career, because I have a feeling that it might bring a lot of inspiration for his career. I don't really know if he writes or composes music, but if he does, I do feel that his hardships will be highly translated into his future works pretty soon. And also, the Angel of Death makes me think that his transformation is one, again, that he can prioritize himself, work with his emotions. And also, the other thing about the Moon card is that it talks about our subconscious and the side of ourselves that we're not fully aware of, outside from emotions, right? So I do feel that he is just getting in tune with this side of himself that he had not met before, and it kind of got awakened the moment that this person left his life and the moment he left this relationship. So yeah, that seems very interesting. I think he may express that some way, shape, or form in his art, in his career, or he may even talk about it. I don't know. So yeah. Also, oh, it's an apple. Yeah, he has definitely learned something, and he will put it to practice in his career pretty soon, or it's gonna be pretty evident eventually. Well, that was pretty interesting, but we talked a lot about his love and his career. I can't imagine what's gonna happen in his love life. So let's see. What's going on with Bangchan's love life? This was at the bottom of the deck when I started shuffling these cards right now. Kind of funny, it came up again. So we have fire. Oh, that was quick. And the Angel of Dreams. So for his love life, he's a very passionate person. With fire, we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy, meaning that he's very passionate, he follows his heart, he's very action orientated, so he's very blunt, straightforward. He likes to take action when he feels it, so he's very spontaneous, he's very genuine, he's very pure-hearted. With this fire energy, we have like this fairy, so I do feel that he is a very dreamlike person. Also, with the Angel of Dreams right here, it feels like he has always desired to have a fairy tale like relationship in his life, and he has always dreamed of having the ideal relationship. With all of the yellow and blue on this card, it definitely feels with Bangchan that in his love life he has a very optimistic outlook. Like, his idea hasn't been tainted, he hasn't given up on love yet, he's still pretty optimistic about it. He's very confident that he will have his dreams come true and find the right person for him and find the romantic relationship that he's aiming for. And all of this blue tells me that to him, communication is going to be important. He wants to be with someone that he can definitely speak his truth. He can speak about the dreams that he has, the goals that he has. When I mean dreams, I do mean like the ones that we have when we sleep, and the ones that we have as in goals, dreams, and achievements, or whatever you want to call it, right? Like those desires of tangible goals, I guess that's the best way I can put it. So it also feels like he wants someone that is very honest with him and has a very, I guess, soothing, calming voice. Like, he wants someone that can bring him a lot of peace and harmony and just add to all of the fun energy that he already carries with himself. Like, he is someone that wants to just enjoy the moment. He wants to have fun. He wants to just do what he enjoys and what makes him happy. And he is a very confident person in not only his skills, but also in his view on life. I guess the optimistic side that he has brings him a lot of confidence, and he kind of wants to be with someone that will just add on to all of that happiness that he already aims to have and that he already works in creating. So he just wants someone that will kind of complement him in that sense, right? Also, with the Angel of Dreams, it definitely feels like he has been active. Also, with the fire over here, he's been actively thinking of how things could be, and he is also actively working towards making those dreams come true. There's also like this childlike innocence or childlike view on romance. I think he hasn't really experienced enough hardships to be disillusioned with the burdens and difficulties of romance. It seems like he's still pretty genuine and pretty happy about what could be and what could happen. He may have a lot of dreams. It seems like he could be pretty intuitive because he has the moon over there, and then he has a lot of cups over there, and the Angel of Dreams. I do feel that he may get a lot of messages from his higher self or from his spiritual team through dreams. So he may want to keep a dream journal if he wants to see the patterns or to see what happened in a dream and what that made him feel. That could be a message on its own. And he may even get a bit of hints of who he may end up with. Characteristic wise, I do feel that he may end up with someone that has a golden aura. I don't really know what that will mean necessarily. I guess someone that has a golden aura could mean someone that is very promising and has a very rich outlook on life, potentially. He might end up with someone that is very, very alone. Not because, I guess because they want to. Because I'm seeing mountains, and I'm seeing how both figures in these cards are on their own. There's no background to distract us. There's not like other people on the same figure. So it definitely feels like he will end up with someone that really enjoys their time alone, really enjoys being in a very introspective and isolated mode, away from society. This person doesn't like other people. I'm just kidding. I don't know about that. This person just really values their time alone. We have the Three of Coins and Temperance reverse. So with the Three of Coins, the first thing I thought of is that he might end up with someone that makes his worries and his struggles go away. So I actually thought that it was the Two of Coins at first when I saw this, just because of the imagery. I don't know why. Maybe because I saw this like two circles right away, and I was like, oh, it's that Two of Coins, which talks about someone that has very good time management, someone that is very balanced, someone that knows what their priorities are and how to prioritize their time, space, and their mind as well. I guess that will be important. So he might end up with someone that is like that, but also someone, as I'm seeing this, it feels like someone that can make the demons go away, someone that can make his worries disappear and just be calm and be in harmony. But let's actually get to the meaning of the Three of Coins. So the Three of Coins to me talks about group work, teamwork, and partnership in a way, right? Partnership in the sense of being able to work with other people that are very knowledgeable and are very aware of what their strengths are, what their expertise are, and the skills that they carry, and they're very good at being able to bring those skills into these projects and this work that they have together. So with this Three of Coins, I feel that Bangchan will end up with someone that he meets through work or someone that he will end up working with. Now, he could meet them through work, but I'm also getting that if he doesn't, then whoever he dates, he will end up working with them anyway. They don't have to be part of the industry, but what I mean is like this person can bring a lot of good ideas or be very skilled at something that he needs for his job, for his career. Like this person could be a designer or an illustrator or something that will help him bring his ideas into life and make it more plausible somehow or more tangible. So this person, again, is a very good complement to him. It's someone that can pick up his slack in the differences that they carry as individuals. And I do feel that they could end up working together in a project at least that will bring them quite a lot of abundance, mainly monetary, right? Now, with the Temperance card reverse, I do feel that there's this sense of lack of trust and lack of patience. And I do feel that could be the energy that he is right now, even though he's trying to be optimistic and he's trying to, stay pretty positive about how his love life is going. I do feel that this Temperance reverse can show someone that is losing their patience. It could show someone that is finding it very difficult to believe that there's an external force out there helping them, or like the destiny and fate is on their side, right? So the Temperance card usually shows an angel that is kind of finding this balance between the 3D and the 5D, right? There's one foot on earth and the other foot is in the water, which is our subconscious, the spiritual world, and all of those things. And also, the Temperance card usually has this angel with 2 cups and is like moving water from one cup to the other, which reminds me a lot of the Star card that has a very similar imagery in that sense. So putting those things together, it definitely feels like he doesn't really trust that his dreams can come true. Again, there's a healthy sense of skepticism that he carries with him. He cannot be blindly optimistic about his goals and his dreams. He carries that into his love life as well. And with his Temperance cards reverse, it kind of shows that he doesn't want to just blindly trust that things are going to work out. Like, he wants to put some work into it, but right now the best thing that he can do for his love life is just be patient. Just continue healing the things that he has to heal, continue working on the things that he has to work on in the 3D, and just be patient that his love life will eventually pan out somehow. But I also feel that whoever he might end up with is also in that state. With the Temperance card reverse, I do feel that this person is good with their time management, very good at prioritizing and setting healthy boundaries, but this is also someone that within that isolation that they have put themselves in, and by being in this very introspective mode for self-healing, self-growth, and all of those things, this person has felt either very lonely or has lost their patience about their own love life as well. I do feel that this person, someone that he might end up with, is very busy, but this person usually works alone, so they don't really talk to other people or meet other people. This person is also within their solitude has gained a lot of skills. The hands on the Temperance card holding onto something different. So this person is very gifted, very abundant, and very skilled at doing many things at once. But again, I do feel this person could have gained all of those skills by trying to distract themselves at their lack of love life. That sounds so mean. So I do feel for this person. It's tough to just wait. With my Aries ascendant, I have no patience. So I understand. It's like, if it's mine, just give it to me. Why do I have to wait? Anyway, to end off his reading, let's see what healing messages or advice comes through for Bangchan. I understand the pain. So we have Chameleon Spirit with reverse with Act As If. Right. Ow. That hurt my ears a bit. We have Nth Spirit reverse with Time to Collaborate. And then 2 cards came together with the Coyote Spirit. I didn't even know it's a Fox Spirit. He's a sneaky little card. Okay. There's a lot of healing going here. So we have the Coyote Spirit with Trust in Divine Detours. The Crow Spirit reverse with Co-Create with Spirit. And then the card I didn't even notice is the Fox Spirit with Think on Your Feet. So when I was shuffling and I was looking at the Chameleon Spirit, I was saying right because I thought it looked very pretty to see the purple and the green together. And I was thinking, are they complementary colors? And then I was reminded that the complementary color for green is actually red in the color wheel. And for purple is yellow. So they're not. But they were standing out and they worked so nicely together that I was like, oh, it must be complementary. So I said right because I heard in the back of my head, no, it's not that color. It's this color. But with the Chameleon Spirit reverse, Act As If, life is really telling him to kind of continue doing what he's already doing in his current energy, which is one form of manifestation is, the law of attraction, right? I want this, I want that, I want this other thing, right? This is mine, this is this other thing. But another form of manifestation is something about assumptions, right? Is basically saying this is already mine, pretending like you're already living your dream and all those things, right? That is one form of manifestation as well. So with this chameleon spirit, it definitely feels like life is trying to encourage him that even if he sees these things, these dreams not being physically manifested in front of him, life still wants him to go on thinking and living his life as if he already has all the things that he desires in life. And they want him to have this mentality so he can prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally for when this does enter his life. And also when people have that mentality, they become more grateful for what they do have. This allows people to be in a more patient and more understanding space. It also helps people be able to identify what it is that they want because they're already living in that moment, and it makes it easier to understand when those goals or those desires start entering their life, because it happens a lot that people want something or they have a goal in mind, but they don't even realize that those dreams have come true because it didn't come in the packaging that they were expecting, or it didn't come in the idea or in the path that they had set themselves for, right? Like someone could be walking in a certain path to get from point A to point B, but then life is like, oh, you can get what you want and even more. So then when life is trying to push them towards this new point, it becomes harder for us as individuals to identify that we're already getting what we want, because many of us are pretty linear, right? We just kind of go we go the conventional path and go based on what other people have done, this is a path that I need to take to reach my goal. But then the universe kind of goes yeah, that's true, that worked for that person, but to you it can work differently. And I do feel that's kind of what he's working towards, is just act as if your dreams have all come true, and it will be easier for you to identify and recognize the energy of those things that you want and desire, even if it doesn't look or you don't get it the way that he had initially thought about. Now with the ant spirit reverse with time to collaborate, it definitely feels like life wants to encourage him to open up his heart again. So yeah, he went through a hardship in his love life that affected his career, right? He went through this death and rebirth moment. He grew out of his shell and recognized this side of himself that he hadn't seen before, and that will allow him to be able to prioritize things better in his career, right? But because of that betrayal of sorts, I guess not betrayal, but being taken for granted in a way, that has made him to close up a little bit and clamp up emotionally in his career, that it might take him a while to be able to trust and work with other people, because I think in the back of his mind he's always going to have that moment that triggered this whole transformation for him, and it was probably very challenging and difficult, and it will affect his future career. It's gonna take a while for him to kind of get back into the rhythm of working with other people. So with his ant spirit, I do feel that life is trying to slowly push him towards being able to work with other people and warm up to the idea of working with other people, and understanding the value of working with people that have skills and understanding outside of what he already knows. Kind of like having puzzle pieces, right? Like he has information and skills on one area, and somebody that he works with can have skills and information in this other area, that when you put them together they create a bigger picture. So basically life is telling him that he doesn't have to work alone, and it's not a good idea anyway, because he will be able to work on bigger projects and see the bigger picture if he were to group himself with other people that can put their own input on things that he is not even aware exist. Now we have the Coyote spirit with trust in divine detours, and then the Crow spirit reverse with co-create with spirit. So with trust in divine detours, it feels like life is kind of warning him, or telling him right now that a lot of the goals that he has in mind will go in unexpected directions, and he should prepare himself for the unexpected. There will be a lot of times that he will encounter, like, he will have a certain plan or path, and it's just not going to work out because life is sending him in a different direction and trying to bring him closer to what his soul truly desires, and also trying to make sure that he is in a path that has a greater abundance, right? I think Bangchan is a very humble person, so he tries to dream in, I guess his dreams and goals are still very reachable, and they don't reach the impossible realm, but life wants to kind of push him beyond his own expectations and try to send him to what his heart truly desires and truly wants, which could seem impossible at the moment that he's currently in. So with the crow spirit reversed with co-create with spirit, I think this is saying that life wants him to understand that if things don't go his way and things don't go as planned, is for a reason, and is because they're trying to like move him in a path that is more in alignment with him, and life wants him to be able to adjust accordingly and being ready, being flexible, and being ready to just kind of be more spontaneous, not only in his love life but in his life in general. Be more spontaneous, being able to adjust to environments and very quick changes, because I do feel that life right now is looking at opportunities and potentials that may have seemed impossible to him or are out of his mind. Like, he can't even fathom these new things and these new paths and these new people or opportunities or projects that he will end up encountering. So life is kind of saying, like, prepare for things to not go as you expect them, and also prepare to work with us at the moment when it happens. So life really wants him to not be thinking too much and not be worrying too much, so that, like that, he has enough of a headspace to adjust quickly when things just kind of come his way and things just start happening. Now, the last card that we have right here that I didn't even notice jumped out was the Thought Spirit with Think on Your Feet, which was, as I was saying already, with a Crow Spirit reversed. Life really wants him to be very smart, very skilled, and ready for everything. So I'm not saying that he should be paranoid or anything. All I'm saying is that with his Thought Spirit, life really wants him to be in a very flexible space. They want him to be ready to adjust to new environments, to welcome change, and to be ready to have to like root himself and stabilize himself as a person, as an individual, because he's about to be in a path that is going to be constantly changing and moving. So what I mean by stabilizing himself is being very confident with who he is as a person, the skills that he has, and in a way be very confident in the universe and spirit that is working with him, so that he doesn't get discouraged with all the changes in his environment. Because if he kind of grounds himself right now where he's at, he may find it very difficult if he has to kind of like move from one place to another, and kind of like repot himself, right? When you move one plant to another plant because it's growing, he's going to grow very quickly, and he's going to grow too big for his own environment, and life will have to like move him to another place where he can continue growing as a person, growing with his skills, growing with his success, and all of those things. So with the Think on Your Feet, life really wants him to get ready and be on the move on. He may travel a lot this year, and he may also go through a lot of growth. Like, he may get bored of his environment very quickly, and that's because life is telling him, you learned everything you had to learn here, time to move on to the next thing. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Since I had a little bit of an interruption, I don't know how long this video will be, but I can already tell that it's going to be longer than what I usually like to make this video. So I guess a lot of things had to be said. A lot of healing messages had to come through. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. I hope that you guys liked it. And I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. I am sleepy, so I'm going to go to sleep when I'm done with this one. But I hope you guys have a good night, day, morning, or afternoon, or whatever. And I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Love and healing from my part to you. And bye.